Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about summoning. I know everybody who plays Dokkan loves them some summoning. Pressing down that multi-summon button, spending as many stones as they can at a given time to get their favorite characters. But there's one thing that you guys have to know. Well, maybe not one thing, kind of a bunch of things. But today we're going to be talking about a summon strategy that you should be implementing into your Dokkan bag, if you will. Because I feel like a lot of players don't know what to be doing or when to be summoning and what to be doing during those periods when we tell you to be summoning. Now, I'm sure most of you who have been watching Dokkan YouTube at this point, or you're still learning, whether you're new, whether you're a returning player, whether you're a veteran, you've been hearing every Dokkan tuber and their mother tell you about how you need to be saving for the 9-year anniversary. Now, this isn't going to be a video just talking about the 9-year anniversary. It is a core component of it, but it is not going to be the whole video. So just keep that in mind before you assume that it's going to be the same song and dance. Now, what the title is saying is that there is a summon strategy that you can be using in your own repertoire in order to sort of not take advantage of the system, but in order to get the most out of your Dragon Stones. Now, in my opinion, this is going to be something that all players can implement, but there's going to be some caveats. Now, the one thing that's going to kind of take priority here is, do you want the character that you're summoning for, right? Do you want to get as many copies as possible? Do you want them to be at their best possible level, etc., etc., etc.? Because the strategy that I'm going to be telling you today is, A, we need to be summoning at the right times, and I've made videos talking about that, and B, in my opinion, if you are a free-to-play player or a newer player, you only need to be summoning for one copy of the units that you are chasing. So keep this in mind. Beast Gohan, you only need to get one. LR Gogeta, you only need to get one. The LR Gammas, you should only need to get one. Broly, same idea, right? Golden Week this year for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you only need one. Fat Boo, you only need one. Now, why is this the most important summoning strategy, and in my opinion, one of the best ways to get your account moving and, kind of getting you into that right mindset in order to summon and, save as many stones as possible going forward? I'm glad you asked, because I'm only saying this because we are looking to save as many stones as possible to be able to use across the game, right? We don't want to just sink 10,000 stones into one celebration and then, do well and then just be done for the rest of time and only be at the mercy of the devs. And this is, again, coming from the lens of the free-to-play sets. So we need to keep that in mind, that when we're summoning on a banner like this Beast Gohan banner, which I highly recommend that you put as many stones as you wish into this banner. There's no such thing as the wrong amount of stones on this banner. Now, Dokkan info is going to be funny, so just give me one moment. I don't know what it is with Dokkan info lately, but it just doesn't really work that well for me. But like I was saying, as many stones as you want to toss into this banner is going to be the right amount of stones. But my argument, or my summon strategy, is only aim for one copy of Beast Gohan. So that way, you don't find yourself spending 4,000 stones over the course of 10 featured characters, right? So if that doesn't make sense to you, Beast Gohan at 55% is going to be more than enough to beat every event in the game. And you only need one copy of him. It's going to be the same thing with all of these other characters, right? Will the Super Saiyan 4s not be very good without dupes? That, yes, they're not going to be great. It's the same thing with this character, it's the same thing with this character, it's the same thing with this character. But keep in mind, these are no longer characters that are going to be getting, are no longer like as relevant as they used to be. So just having them to fill out a team, I think, is going to be more important than chasing dupes on these characters. It's the same thing with these Easy A's. These are still going to be phenomenal characters, even if you don't have a ton of dupes in them. And there's a good chance, while chasing Beast, you'll probably get more than one of these characters, just because it feels like it's always going to be that way. You're going to be pulling the featured units on this banner more than this Beast Gohan, or you could just get Beast Gohan on your first multi and be done. But in my opinion, the strategy that you should be using is, once you get the copy of Beast, you should be done. Unless you're brand new and you need the characters on this team, then maybe you could look into pulling more. But if you're somebody who's just after Beast, once you get Beast, let's just say you pull a copy of Beast and you still have 3,000 stones. Let's hold on to those stones. Like, I don't really see any reason to go back in and go get greedy and start dupe chasing, because this is going to help you get the most out of your stones moving forward. Because you can see here, we have these anniversary banners. Once you get that copy of Beast, we can start to move around a little bit, and the same kind of idea would be any of these other banners. If you get a copy of Gogeta quickly, just stop on that banner, maybe finish the rotation you're on, get that free multi, and then stop. Same thing with the Gammas, same thing with Broly, right? This is going to help you maximize your stones, because you're not going to be spending them all on one place. Because when you think about it, if you do 4,000 stones across 10 characters, these are going to be the characters that you have on your account. And then if you've already done everything to get the stones and specifically for this banner, and you have nothing else to farm after that, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So I think the core thing that you guys need to take from this video is, if you're not like looking, if you can get away with only getting a copy and getting out, I highly recommend that you do that as someone who's potentially free to play or new, or is not spending very much. If you are someone who spends, and again, obviously your decision, I don't recommend it, but if you are somebody, if you are someone who wants to spend, go ahead, but again, not what I would do. It doesn't really matter. Go hog wild, do whatever you want. But coming up after Worldwide, I'm sure some of you know, or not after Worldwide, but after Anniversary, especially on Global, it's not going to take very long. We're going to be pivoting pretty quickly into what is known as the Worldwide Download Celebration, which is going to be held between both versions, and it is going to be characters that are on that sort of Anniversary level type of power creep, where they're going to usher in the next wave of good units into the game. It's going to be just like that. So you look at the characters like Fat Boo and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you're probably like, wow, these characters were incredible, and while they are, it is going to be something to keep in mind. But again, it's going to be the same thing with these characters. If you have a copy of Beast, you're going to be good to go. And then what you're going to want to do during this Worldwide Download Celebration is kind of implement that same strategy, where if you're a free-to-play player and you can make out like a bandit and get a copy of the character quickly, then you need to be taking advantage of that and saving as many stones as possible, because this is how you're going to be able to sustain your account over a long period of time, not get stuck into this kind of well with one copy, right? Or not with one copy, but one team, where you're not going to be able to do specific stages. And this website is just not working for me tonight. Let me just pull up the, here, we can just do this live, all right? Where is it? AGL Vegito Blue banner. What if we just pull this bad boy up, right? You guys will kind of get the point. It's like, what in the world do we have here, right? So you can see that this is going to be a type of banner that we're going to have going into the next year. So these guys are going to be featured on the banner. This cooler is going to be featured on the banner. There's a good chance the New Year's units are back and stuff like that. But this is going to be LR Super Vegito, LR whatever, right? Something super, super hype. It doesn't really matter, because it's just going to be something big, because this is what is known as a big boy celebration within the game. So you're going to want to save stones for this. This is going to be a dual Dokkan Fest or a dual Carnival, and it's going to be super exciting. And then after that, in like 3 short months, essentially, we're going to be transitioning right into the 10th anniversary. And then when we have the 10th anniversary, you're going to want to have stones for that as well. So, like I said, if you can get away with getting that Beast Gohan quickly, if you can get it in, 1,000 stones, you get your 1 copy. In my opinion, you just stop, and that is the strategy that you want to use going forward. So, again, it all comes down to preference, but I do think that that is the best way to sort of hold on to your stones and make sure that you don't get too greedy. I think dupe chasing and greed is going to be the bane of your existence within this game, because if you're greedy for a character, the devs are greedy as well, right? And they're trying to get every cent that they can get out of you. And we can sort of take advantage, or not take advantage of this, but there is a way to sort of work around the system and not force yourself into spending money to get stones. So if we're smart with our stones, we manage them, and then when we get a W on a banner and pull a character super early, we take the W and we run. So let me know down below what you guys like to do for your summons. I'm someone who tends to like be happy if I get 1 copy of a unit. Like if I'm getting them at 55%, I'm good to go. And don't let people fool you by saying a unit is dupe dependent. If that unit is dupe dependent, that doesn't mean that you need to chase them to have them at their best. Sometimes it's okay for a unit to be a little under expectations and then get the copies later. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy today's video. I know this was a bit of a quicker one, but Dokkan is a little bit dry right now, so I'm trying to make sure that we keep the content fresh and informative for you. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.